Hello, YouTube. It's your boy, the Passport Bro Wingman, coming at you again with another YouTube video. And the title of this video is called Jail Time, Passport Bros, is what you deserve for ruining Indonesia, says female hater. And the way this video came about was I was watching Big Truck Reviews channel. Shout out to Big Truck. Um, he was reviewing one of the latest female haters of the Passport Bros. And so she has a TikTok video in which she was showing that there was a recent law passed in Indonesia which has banned premarital sex between its citizens and also tourists as well. And so anyway, she was trying to say that the reason that law got passed was because of the passport bros, because we're coming there, running through the women, being promiscuous, and that kind of thing. And so as a result, she believes that they passed the law to kick us out, and we're to blame for that. And and of course, they said they're gonna give like jail time to people who engage in this type of behavior and that kind of thing. And so anyway, Big Truck was reviewing this, and he did a really, really good, thorough review of like the whole law. He broke down like all the little aspects of it, and then he even debunked a lot of her talking points as well. So once again, shout out to Big Truck. After you know reviewing this video, you should definitely go to his channel and check out this video. He did a really, really good job. I'm going to leave a link in the description to his video so you can check it out as well. He did a great job. But I just wanted to at least give my feedback on the situation as well, kind of debunk her talking points, and also kind of discuss this law and and its implications and that kind of thing. So first off, I agree with Big Truck in that one of the things he said, which I agree on, is that majority of the passport bros in general, even the ones that you would say, I hate using this term, like even the ones that engage in just partying and meeting women and sleeping around and that kind of thing. Majority of those guys, they generally don't go to Indonesia. They generally go to, like, whenever they go to Southeast Asia, they're going to Thailand, they're going to the Philippines. They might even go to like Malaysia or Cambodia. They're not really going to Indonesia. Plus, the other thing is Indonesia is mostly a Muslim country. That's one of the reasons I like. Here's the thing: as a Christian person, in general, when I was going to Southeast Asia, I mainly was targeting more so like the Philippines or that kind of thing. More so because, if you try to date somebody who doesn't share the same religion, there's going to be a lot of issues, especially when you guys decide to have children. But either way, I wound up in Thailand, and I did meet one Thai woman that was Christian. It's not a lot of them, but there are some. So, and the other thing is, sometimes with some of the Muslim countries, not all of them, they tend to be a little bit strict, just in my opinion. So for that reason, that's why I had purposely had avoided going there. But I have seen like, there were, I used to be part of this. There's actually a website called happyabroad.com, and it's owned by a guy named Winston Wu, and shout out to him. But I used to be on that website a lot, and it used to be guys of like all backgrounds, all colors, and they used to just discuss traveling in general. And so some guys had talked about going to like Indonesia, but again, as Big Truck has said, and I agree, it mainly was mostly not non-black people, typically like like white guys that generally had went to Indonesia and married some of the women there, that kind of thing. It's typically not a spot that most black dudes in general have gone to. And even then, I mean, for her to say that we actually caused this law to come into effect is just false in general. I mean, if you think about how long people have been traveling to Southeast Asia, they've been doing this thing for a while, so it's not like they wouldn't have known about it. I agree that I think it's just more so to appease some of the locals, um, in which basically some of the locals want their daughters and men, like their sons, to kind of marry people locally, that kind of thing. So they kind of did this to kind of put like a dent into so many foreigners traveling there. And plus, what this woman doesn't know, and a lot of people didn't really consider, is that technically one can actually say that some of the so quote unquote passport sisters actually caused this law to be passed. And you would ask, like, why would I say that? Because if you type in Bali and you put in black woman, pretty much like black woman kicked out of Bali, what you're gonna see is a news article in which um and this really doesn't have anything to do with race. It's just that's how you'll find the article. But anyway, there was a black woman that was in Bali. She had a big Facebook group, and also YouTube channel. And what she was doing was kind of advertising Bali as a nice place to kind of like for expats to go. She was saying that the cost of living was very, very cheap there. Apartments are very cheap. And so what was happening was a lot of Americans started going there, and they started settling down there and getting apartments and stuff. And what happened was a lot of the locals, they started to become very frustrated because they felt that it was causing inflation and it was causing a rise of rent there. And of course, since they don't make that much, they felt it was going to be a really, really big issue. So what happened was they found the girl's channel, they started protesting her, they started speaking out against her, and eventually the government got involved and they actually had her what's the word? For now, I'll just say they had her actually had to leave. They pretty much, for the most part, kicked her out. She had to pretty much leave Bali for a while. It was a really, really big news article. And I say that to say that that was just the first evidence that a lot of the locals there, they're getting tired of so many, not just passport bros, tourists in general and expats in general coming there and living. They feel like it's almost like another form of colonization. Same thing is happening in Mexico City as well. There's a lot of Mexican people in Mexico City that are really getting tired of all the tourists coming there. They feel that they're bringing the price up. People there are starting now just talk more English than Spanish. And it's coming to like, and for some of the locals there, they feel it's becoming an issue. So this is pretty much what was happening in Bali when this news article came out about the black woman that was pretty much promoting on, I believe she was on YouTube, and also like she had like some Facebook groups and that kind of thing. And so the locals found out about it. They protested. They got her kicked out of Bali. And I think this is just another. I think this is just a continuation of that. There's which makes me think there's more and more talk about so many tourists being there, and I just think that they wanted to put a lid on it. So what the government did is they passed this law and just said, like, if you're having, sex outside of marriage, that you really can't be there. And the thing is, to me, it's more just done for show. It's just more done for show, just to appease the locals, because locals just want their locals dating other locals and that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, tourism brings in a large amount of money to their country, provides jobs. I try to look at like how much it contributes to GDP. It wasn't a large amount. I believe they were saying like 5% of GDP uh, comes from tourism, but they were saying it's actually getting higher now, where it's almost going to make up about maybe about like 10% of their GDP. So it's not not the most incredible chunk of their economy, but it is a really, really good piece. And if those tourists were to turn around and leave, even some of the so quote unquote sex tourists and that kind of thing, if those people were to leave, it's going to really hurt their economy. So that's why I don't. And the thing is, like I said before, this has been going on for a while. It's been going on for a while. So I don't really see like for most part they might scare a few people or something like that, but I just think when they start seeing so many people avoiding Indonesia, it's probably just going to change. I just think this is just done to appease some of the locals who have protested against all the different expats that are there. Again, not just passport bros, and in general, the videos you'll see on Bali. If you type in Bali into YouTube, what you're going to see is a bunch of women, some men as well, who are actually living in Bali and inviting Americans, Canadians, and people to come out there and live, because they're just saying like the cost of living is just so great there. That's mainly what you're going to see. You're not really going to see any passport bros there showing off, their clubs and dating women. You're not gonna see that there. Typically, myself being a passport bro, you're typically gonna see us at mostly South America. And if we are in Southeast Asia, it's gonna be more so, as I said before, Thailand, the Philippines. We're not really going to Indonesia like that. So for her to say that we actually ruined Bali, I mean, that's just foolishness. If anything, we actually help their economy by coming there, which is why I said this is going to really kick them in the butt in about a year or so, when so many people are just avoiding going there. And not just that, keep in mind that a lot of people in Bali are really, really like, there's a huge, not huge, but there's a big chunk of the country that's very, very poor. And some of the women there, they do engage in like the club life, like the ladies of the night type activity. And now that those tourists aren't going to be there, that's going to really hurt them in their pockets. And so there actually are some people who are like writing articles about this and protesting and that kind of thing. I just think it's going to eventually just what's the word? It's going to eventually it's going to pass when they just see how much it hurts the economy. I think they're just going to lift that. I do understand, as I said before, that they're a Muslim country. They're kind of strict on their laws, so it's a little bit. I don't know. Like I do understand why they may want to do that, but I don't think it's going to like hold up though. That's my biggest thing. But I say that to say that once again, one can make the argument that actually, put it this way, that law was already on its way of being passed before even Passport Bros even would have thought about coming to Indonesia. It was already in the works because of that whole incident with them protesting a lot of the expats and that kind of thing. So, and also what I do is I actually leave a link to that to the video about the woman who was pretty much kicked out of Bali, because they didn't want her there. They didn't want her and a lot of the expats there in general. So, and also to touch on this woman, she actually made a few other negative videos about the Passport Bros. To me, this is just another desperate attempt to attack us, to get us from traveling, that kind of thing. It just, I mean, I just want to tell these people sometimes just to get a life. I mean, don't have like a whole lot of stuff to do with their time. I mean, it's to me, it's just such like a reach. I mean, if anything else, I mean, if men really wanted to go there and do that, I mean, like I said, there's so many countries nearby, they would just travel and go there. There's no reason. And plus, I believe that Bali, the cost of living there, although it's cheap, is slightly higher than it is in the Philippines and Thailand. So a lot of people in general are not really going to be headed there, even for like to retire and that kind of thing. There is a percentage that do, but more as I said before, more people are going to the Philippines and Thailand. So yeah, so I don't want to. So I'm going to leave a link once again to Big Truck Reviews, his channel, and also at the beginning of his video, you actually see the video of the lady critiquing Passport Bros and blaming us for the ruin um, of Indonesia. And you can see the lady that we're talking about, and then I would say just tune into what Big Truck's review about it. He has a really good, thorough understanding of the law. He read, he's going through the article. He did a really excellent job. Shout out to him once again. Please subscribe to his channel. And this video is going to be one of my shorter videos, so I'm going to end it right here. And I'm just going to say, tell me what you think in the description box about this new law that was passed in Indonesia. Um, does it scare you from wanting to go to Indonesia? Have you thought about going there? Would you go there? Do you think it's gonna stay afloat? I personally think it's not gonna last very long. I think it's actually gonna wind up hurting the country. But you let me know what you think in the comments. And then also, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel. I got a lot of new content I want to put out soon. Hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you can know when I'm posting a new video. And until next time, this is your boy, the Passport Bro Wingman, signing off.